Powered by the Las Vegas Review-Journal, this is Vegas Nation Game Day. Presented by D&R House of Diamonds, making luxury affordable. Located in the One Summerlin building in downtown Summerlin.
Welcome into Vegas Nation Game Day. I'm Cassie Soto inside of the Las Vegas Review-Journal studios. After a trying week for the Raiders, the team must take on the challenge of returning from the bye week and heading east to take on the Giants this Sunday. Let's go ahead and get to our opening drive, brought to you by Capriotti's. Raiders beat writer Vinny Bonsignore here with me, and he joins me after getting an exclusive interview with Raiders owner Mark Davis. Vinny, what did Davis say to you about the situation involving now former wide receiver Henry Ruggs?
Well, obviously he wanted to express sorrow and grief and support for the family of Tina Tintor, who passed away, unfortunately, in that tragic car accident. And that the Raiders will never lose sight of that ever, really. But he also expressed support for Henry Ruggs. You know, the Raiders released Henry Ruggs Tuesday night after some of the details, or all of the details, were made privy to the Raiders and how egregious it was. But Mark Davis made it clear to me that while the Raiders released Henry Ruggs, the football player, they're not going to abandon Henry Ruggs, the person, as the years go on. They're going to continue to support him and help him in any way they can. And as Mark Davis said, he'll always be a Raider. He'll be a Raider for life.
Well, there really is no good transition back to the football side of things, but historically, the Raiders have not done well coming off of the bye week, and now with a lot going on off the field, how do you see them overcoming these challenges versus the Giants?
Yeah, and, you know, if it wasn't for what was going on, I think this would be a fairly easy win for the Raiders, but you can't lose sight of the things that they're dealing with mentally and off the field. That said, if they come correct against the New York Giants, I think this will be a different outcome than the struggles that they've had after the bye week since 2016. They've got a better defense, and that gives them a chance in every single game. It's been the difference to me this year compared to years past, how well they've been able to stop people, get the ball over to Derek Carr and the offense. It will be interesting from a football perspective how the Raiders replace Henry Ruggs, who is really developing and blossoming into that deep threat that they had envisioned when they drafted him 12th overall in 2020.
Vinny, this week I've relied on your knowledge and expertise covering the NFL for so long. How have you seen teams go through this sort of adversity and bounce back?
Well, a lot of it is predicated on the leadership in the building and in that locker room. And I think from that context, the Raiders are in pretty good hands with Derek Carr. I think he's shown through the John Gruden situation and now the Henry Ruggs tragedy, he's got a way about him that makes him somebody that is very easy to be a leader and to follow in that Raiders locker room. There's a bunch of other guys too, Yannick Ngakoue, Max Crosby, Alec Ingold, Denzel Perryman, Casey Hayward. These guys are leaders and have been leaders, but I think Derek Carr, first and foremost, is the guy that everyone looks to in that locker room, on the field and off of it, and I think he's been shown to be a very worthy leadership type player.
Thank you so much, Vinny. Once again, our top stories were brought to you by Capriotti's.
Flip the Field, brought to you by Pirate Plumbing, the masters of disasters. Hey everyone, it's Heidi Fang here, and I'm going to get you caught up with what's going on with the New York Football Giants in this matchup here for Sunday, set for MetLife Stadium. The Giants have no players remaining on their COVID-19 list after the team went through a scare where 13 of the team's members had tested positive. On Thursday, the team shut down their practice facility as a precautionary measure. As it turns out, those all turned out to be false positives. However, Burton Burns, the team's running backs coach, remains the only person in COVID protocol. Saquon Barkley, who was among the players with a false positive, is officially out for the Giants due to an ankle injury. Instead, the Raiders will see a familiar face in Devontae Booker, who will see his number called up again with Barkley out. Raiders head coach Rich Bisaccia spoke about what to expect from Devontae Booker and how they've prepared for that challenge.
Well, certainly we had Booker here. We had a great love affair with him, and not only was he a heck of a running back, he played on teams and did a lot of things. But if you look at the Kansas City game the other night, you know, he had a tremendous game. And whether he's running inside or whether he's running stretch for them, and he's big in the passing game and big in the screen game. So we're really preparing to play against a really good back, regardless of who's back there.
Giants quarterback Daniel Jones threw for 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and also was sacked 3 times behind his offensive line on Monday Night Football against the Chiefs. This week, he'll have a limited number of options to go with for his wide receiver core. There are a number of injuries, but it looks like Kadarius Toney and also Kenny Golladay have gotten limited practice reps.
The season continues after the bye week and after the tragedy that has rocked the Las Vegas Valley, but it's week 9 and the Raiders are traveling east to play the New York Giants, who are mired in the mud as they try and find their groove on offense. Quarterback Daniel Jones is still finding his way as an NFL starter and sports a 10-24 record as the starting quarterback. He's yet to prove he consistently dissects defenses. In 8 games this season, Jones is commanding the NFL's 26th rated passing offense. He's 24th in the NFL with a passer rating of 86.2, right ahead of Tua Tagovailoa and Jared Goff, and his 7 touchdowns ranked 25th among qualified starters. He's also a turnover machine, totaling 27 interceptions and 35 career starts. He averages a fumble a game as well, totaling 35 fumbles in those same 35 starts. The Raiders have the personnel to get to and fluster Jones and remain one of the NFL's best passing defenses. Their pressure percentage of 27 ranks 6th among NFL teams, despite a blitz rate of 12.7, the lowest rate in the NFL. They rank 3rd with 34 quarterback knockdowns, and that's despite playing only 7 games through 8 weeks. Jones should present the Raiders opportunities to make plays with his style of quarterbacking and penchant for turnovers. It's on the Raiders to make the Giants pay. I'm Sam Gordon, and that's the story by the numbers.
D&R House of Diamonds is Las Vegas's elite private office jeweler, the perfect bridge between internet pricing and a traditional brick-and-mortar jewelry store. We specialize in loose diamonds, natural and lab-grown, engagement rings, fashion jewelry, custom design, and jewelry repairs. We operate by appointment in our beautiful offices in the One Summerlin building, downtown Summerlin. Our great relationships with the world's largest diamond wholesalers and our low overhead saves you hundreds, if not thousands, on your purchase.
Vegas Nation Game Day Live. The latest Raider breaking news on VegasNation.com 90 minutes before kickoff. Game Day Live, sponsored by South Point Sportsbook. Vegas Nation Injury Brief, sponsored by Not the Injury Law.
The bye week did wonders for the Raiders' health. With the Raiders Injury Brief, I'm Adam Hill. No real injuries to report for the Raiders. Everybody practiced in full this week. Darren Waller had missed the game before the bye. He's good to go, full practice all week. Full health. That really hasn't happened in a long time for this team. Plenty of controversy, of course, but as far as the health of this team goes, very, very good right now. And that is what they want coming out of a bye. They have not had a lot of success out of byes. 3-13 over the last 16 years after a bye. So the health is a good thing to try to erase that trend coming forward. But the wide receiver situation is different. Of course, everybody knows about what happened with Henry Ruggs with the crash this week. He was released. That left them with just 3 healthy receivers on the roster. They did call up Dylan Stoner from the practice squad. He's been around since the preseason. He's very acclimated with the offense. He'll be good to go. Really, it's the 4 that they're going to be familiar with. You're going to have the Zay Jones, Hunter Renfrow, Brian Edwards are going to be going the majority of the time. Dylan Stoner, special teams, and filling in a little bit in those 4 wide sets. But a lot of Darren Waller, a lot of Foster Moreau, I would guess, in the passing game to kind of help make up for that lack of depth at wide receiver. But other than that, good to go for Sunday with the Raiders going to MetLife Stadium to play the Giants. With your Raiders Injury Brief, I'm Adam Hill. For more, go to VegasNation.com.
Vegas Nation Fan Zone, sponsored by your Southern Nevada Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
A benefit for fans now that they are allowed to attend Raiders games at Allegiant Stadium has been the fact that they are able to tailgate. Vegas Nation's Kevin Cannon shows us what's been on the menu these last few home games.
So what are you cooking today?
We're cooking chicken wings and ribs, St. Louis ribs.
This thing looks pretty fancy here. What is this?
That is the Orion Smoker. It's a convection smoker, and it will cook ribs in an hour and 15 minutes.
What are you cooking here?
Some shrimp, little spicy shrimp chipotle for some tacos, salsa, some guacamole, avocado, everything.
What are you cooking here today?
We've been cooking steak and lobster tails.
Pretty fancy, and I noticed you're going with the real coals.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's the difference?
Flavor. This makes you feel like you're cooking out in nature. I use my own spices and stuff and can create my own sauces, so it's different every single time I create it.
I am cooking carne asada and pollo chicken fajitas. So we start with just marinated chicken. It's got a little bit of onions, peppers in there. And then you got your adobo. The food brings the people together, brings all of the nation. You know, we all share recipes here. We all talk to each other. It's one of the to me, it's one of the cornerstones of tailgating.
Nothing like a couple bacon-wrapped jalapenos for breakfast. Follow with some bacon and jalapeno burgers.
We got carne asada, we got menudo, we got ceviche, we got everything locked and loaded. We're gonna get the tacos going in just a moment. This is actually a charcoal barbecue. We converted it to a propane one. We kind of customized it just for the Raider game.
Sticking with tailgating, before the bye week, Review Journal photographer Ben Hager was out in the tailgate area taking portraits of Raiders fans. Leandre Fox gives us a look at those photos.
On a windy autumn day, before the Raiders conquered the Eagles, the Review Journal captured the passionate Raider Nation in all of their boisterous pregame swagger. The Raider Nation, football's most intimidating fans. With larger-than-life personas, the Raider Nation dresses up, getting in the game day spirit. Like Wayne Mabry, aka Violator, a recent Hall of Fans inductee, one of Raider Nation's most well-known figures. And Raider Rita, recently diagnosed with breast cancer, using the platform to push the women of Raider Nation to schedule early screenings. Or Kevin Guilford, aka Mob Boss, whose persona was created to honor his late father, who religiously took him to Raider games as a child. A passionate group of fans from all walks of life become a family donning silver and black, and an army of supporters for the Raiders, wherever the team may play.
Thank you so much for tuning into Vegas Nation Game Day. We hope you can join us for Vegas Nation Game Day Live at 8:30 a.m. on Sunday before the Raiders' 10 a.m. kickoff versus the Giants as they look to improve to 6-2. For our entire Vegas Nation crew, I'm Cassie Soto. Thanks for watching.
Vegas Nation Game Day, presented by DNR House of Diamonds, making luxury affordable. Located in the One Summerlin building in downtown Summerlin.